Hey guys, Simmers and Chewy side, and I got a track guide for you guys today. And we're at Michigan International Speedway this week. And you may notice I'm on a page here, which I haven't. Looking back at my old videos, I used to do this mainly to show you guys like weather and stuff. But being that the open and fixed NIS series uses the same default weather, so it don't matter, and I can get these track guides out of the way sooner. But there's one more other thing that we must know about Michigan this week, and we'll go to schedule, and I'll show you why. You see out of Pocono, Michigan, it says race length 200 laps, meaning it's a full-length race. So that's cool that they added that into a full-length race series, or whatever. I believe the next one's Indy, so, yep, 160 laps. And we'll also do Infinia next week, or Sonoma, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, let me get into the sim and we'll go ahead and go from there. Alright, here we are, and I've done a few practice laps trying to see if the line has changed any, and no, it hasn't. Except this, I think this is the first time we've seen 200 miles an hour besides Talladega and Daytona with this new build. So, speaking of which, a new build comes out tomorrow, which will be a Tuesday. Anyways, I'll shut up and do what I always do. You know how it works, so yeah. Well, as you can see, there's quite a handful. And actually, this is the first time in a long time that I had to fight a car so hard, which is great. Except for the people that don't know what they're doing, but we'll find out how the race unfolds tonight when I race Integrity. So, it's going to be a full race. I might not race it. Anyways, let's do a rundown here. So yeah, you know all about the straightaway here. Nothing special to it. Now we're going to approach turn 1 here, and I'll slow-mo it. And I believe I'm letting off about a car length right before this green caution light. Or right on it. Yeah, about a car length. And I roll off the throttle there. I don't use any brake, which is rare, because I always use brake. But anyways, we'll let this roll down into the center here. I believe. I'm driving down to this first seam here. Pretty much where you see that water tower come into view. So I don't think it'll matter if you feel the view, so depending on what your seating position is. Or say 2 car lengths here, if you have your seats enabled here on the side. You can use that as a marker. Or if you want to get more specific about everything, start rolling back in the throttle right before you see this right in the center of your screen. Doesn't gotta be directly like in the middle, but you know, like center, so you go. I'm using my TV logo or monitor logo as a reference point of where the middle is, so really not much to go off here in Michigan. That's why I'm kind of having a hard time explaining this. But anyway, stay above that. Stay above this first seam. If you go below it, it starts to flatten out a little bit down there, and you really gotta slow up just to get it. You can probably make the bottom work. You see, I'm already back to full throttle right after that spot I said after the Michigan sign there that said was in the middle. So you're full throttle, and now you start going up here to the second and third seams in the track. And here the car wants to get really loose, so make sure to drive it. I usually aim for that little concrete patch here, or this little section. Try to get the car straight when you're going through there. That way you have a good launch down the straightaway. And turn 3 is a little bit different, so we'll see how this unfolds. I have no clue what I'm doing here. I believe I'm letting off right at this concrete block on the right. So quite a bit before that caution light. And again, drive it to that same seam. Now the car is not nearly as loose as it would be in 2, so kind of tightens up the higher up you are. So kind of want to be right on the seam, like directly on it. And then start picking up the throttle. Probably by that 3M logo. Yep, pretty much exactly at the 3M logo. On the right side on the wall. So, keep it on that seam, and then you start, once you hit full throttle, be about a car like after that 3M. Once you get full throttle, keep it on that seam and start drifting your way out to the outside wall. And the other car will want to tighten up, then if you're putting too much wheel, it'll get loose like it did there, so... Yeah, you can use the apron if you wish. I choose not to, because there's really no point for it. At least not for me. And again, these aren't meant to be the fastest, pro level laps, so don't expect it to be. I don't know, there's really nothing else to say how to get around this place. It's a big, giant 2-mile track, so speeds are pretty quick here, which is something we needed desperately this entire season. Ever since a new build came out with a 725 horses compared to last year's 900. Oh, we were at 210 last year in the end of the straightaway. Over 210, like 215. Anyway, it's not important. So you know the routine. Bottom right now, where this little section is, or you won't see it because this will be in a weird looking box. But anyways, the bottom right, there's a subscribe button. So go ahead and click it. I guess I should have mentioned the lap time. Got a 39.211. Is it the fastest lap? No, not really. Anyways, we'll be back next week at Sonoma, which I really hope it's not a full length. I think it's half. I think I just looked, so 55 laps. And a hell of a lot slower than it was last year, but we'll get to that. So anyways, this has been some racing countryside. See you on the track.